Alrighto, update on the XH panel van. So I've just been cleaning a lot. And I've done a full degrease of the engine bay. I can't remember where exactly got up to, but I've got the exhaust on there now. I've got everything, battery tray repaired. So I've degreased everything, so it's nice and clean. So now I think I've got a leak on that fitting, I think. So I've got a new one of them coming, but I may have one somewhere else too, but I'm not sure. But I've definitely got a power steering leak somewhere in here, and which means I've probably got a dead alternator. But if that's leaked, generally the alternator's dead as well. Alternators don't like oil. So I haven't had a chance or even bothered to try and start it again yet. Hasn't been on my priority list because I've just sort of spent one weekend on just doing stuff to get me motivated into this car again. So parts wise, I've got new lights coming. So that obviously that one's all right, but I've got two new headlights, but they're so faded I can't fix them. New one of them. So I've greased everything, cleaned it. So I've got a new tabber cover gasket coming. I've got a new oil pan seal for the transmission coming. Yeah, so tail lights, I've got the tail light, I've got another one of them here already, that's here. And yeah, I've got new ones of these coming as well. So they're all cracked, they're all old and buggered. So I've got two new ones of them. So instead of trying to fix the hole, I'm just going to just put replacements in. They were not overly expensive. So doors, that's probably it, the bigger stuff that I've done. So rust repairs wise, I'm finished with all rust repairs. So I think I did show you these last time, but I've redone them. I've actually taken them back again and done another. I've fixed these up because the original weld I did, obviously these things under a bloody lot of strain, and I could just start to see tiny little movement in there. So my welding was not up to speed. So I have redone the hell out of them. So they're welded in solid on both those patches. They've been completely welded solid as bloody rock. And I've done both doors. This one was only just cracked, but I've done both doors so that they're solid as hell. So they're all metal, solid. Replaced the broken mirror. So that's broken rear view, it's been replaced. All the doors have been serviced, all the window mechanisms been serviced. Underneath, right, so underneath it's actually pretty bloody good, I tell you what. From a bushing perspective, it's actually bloody good. So, I mean, the first thing you do is look at the bloody sway bars. Those things are not, if someone hasn't cared for the car, the first thing is those things are trashed. So they're excellent. Boots are the next thing. Yes, there's one boot that's got a crack that I need to fix, and I'll have to fix the other one. So, but I checked all the bushings, I checked the springs, checked shocks. There's no leaks on any of the shocks. Even the bushings up there. Brakes just need to run a bit. So the rest of it's just got surface stuff on it, just surface, and all these bushings are good. I couldn't find even the front's good. So I went through this thing pretty well, and I could not find any, even those toe bar, the toes, they're good. So yeah, I couldn't find anything that was buggered. Other than those couple little things that I mentioned. So I've got to change that neutral start switch over, and like I said, I've got a oil pan seal to go on there. So new cat converters, that was the bit that was missing. But yeah, you can see someone's gone, you know, there's neoprene bushes everywhere on this, so someone's gone to a fair bit of trouble in its past life to try and get this thing, you know, well looked after for the long term. So which is outstanding, because I don't need to do bushings now, which is great. Even them are good. I checked all them, and they're bloody good. So I don't even need to change shockies. So, you know, the care was given, which is good. So that's just a minor split that happens to all of them, but it's only just come now. So yeah, leaks are going to be my next battle, and then brake conditions. I'll have to have a look at how the brakes are going. So you know, rear shocks are good. All the bushings on the rear shocks are good. No dramas with them. So yeah, that's good. It's a good start anyway. So you know, obviously whatever the electrical fault is with the system, I'll work through. I'm not really that bothered that much about it not running yet. Worst case scenario, I just swap another engine in it, and there's going to be some electronics going on. There's going to be something electrical that's stopping it running properly or stopping it running. So like I said, I did a compression check and the compression's good on all cylinders. I've replaced the spark plug leads that I could get to. You need gnome hands to change these wires. I don't know how people do it. It amazes me. My hands are ginormous, and I tell you, I had a lot of trouble. So rust repairs, I've done everything. Them have been done. That patch up there has been done. All metal. I use all metal. That's the only way I do it. Even though my welding's crap, but the fact is metal better than bog. So that's all been done as well. So those few little holes have been good and fixed up. So I've gone through and checked all the fuses and all that. I've checked the fuses under there, the relays, the fuses, and I've checked them and they all seem to be, I just chucked 12 volts on them and they click. So the relays are good, but whether the wiring or something else is going on, I don't know yet. I'll come to that when the time comes. So I've got a few parts ordered for these. These broke when I pulled it apart. The locks just would not come out. It was a bloody nuisance. So as I said, they're just the lights and stuff that are spare. So seats wise, I've given them all a big service. So seats have been all serviced. I've got to put them, I've just been soaking them massively for the last little while. So I'm just going to leave those seats as is and chuck some covers on them. That's all they need. The seats themselves are actually solid. There's a couple of minor little tears, but really it's nothing, absolutely nothing. So a little bit of surface stuff going on, a little bit of paint peeling, but overall the seats are actually not too bad. Driver's seat's a little bit rusty underneath, but that's not going to matter. Someone else can get a seat later on if they really want, but I think the patina of it is very important. So all the bits in there ready to go. As I said, I've already done the repairs on that, done that smart lock thing, which I told about last video. And I've done the BCM bypass mod. So, a few jobs done, which is good. So she's looking a bit cleaner, which is good. So rust-wise, as you probably, I don't know if you remember, it's been a long time. This had big holes through here. All there, holes up through there. And there was big holes in there, all along there. So they've all been welded to buggery. So put decent patch in there, 1 mil steel all through there, welded them fully all the way through and just cleaned them up at the end. There was no further damage under there, which was good. All the rest I've just done miscellaneous checks. It's all just surface, which is good, just surface junk. So those other few holes, I've done all these along here. So they're all done. I've just got a couple little minor patches to do up here, but I've just got them filling at the moment. They were too small to weld, those ones, so I've just put metal filler in them. So these are good. These have all been done, grinded and cleaned up. I've got a little bit of work to do on the back door. She's got a couple of dents and these old holes from where they used to have bike racks hanging off them. So I don't know why you just don't use a tow bar, but maybe they weren't around those designs. So again, these have all been fixed. These are all really good now. So they're all good. I've fixed all underneath here too, so I pulled the seals and I've fixed all them. So there's only very minor bits left of those issues, so they've been patched and repaired all the way under there, which is good. So they're all sealed, everything's waterproof. A little bit there, but that was only minor. But yeah, everything's good. So that was all it. That was it for the rust. That was it. There was nothing else. Nothing else from a rust perspective that needed repairing. So yeah, which is good. So moving forward, I've gone and got some oil. So I'm going to fill up the power steering pump and just start turning the wheel to see if I can fine tune and work out exactly where that leak's coming from. And then I'm going to actually get the lights done, changed, put it all back together, and then I'm going to have to start literally fault finding. So I'm going to leave all the interior apart at the moment until I can start fault finding with this engine start issue. But overall, very good, no complaints. It's a very good base just to clean up. Certainly worth fixing. Regardless whatever's going on, compression's good, that's 90%. Change bloody valve capper cover, no biggie. Who knows if I've got a radiator leak, I don't know. I'm going to fill up all the fluids and see where the leaks are, but I dare say, looking from the stains, there's probably a few little connections that are probably crappy, and there are probably a few hoses that need fixing or replacing. These are pretty easy to come by, so there may be a need to replace hoses, but I think that one's probably shot. Yeah, so other than that, you know, she's good. So anyway, there you go. That's an update on the XH. Oh, I got to get this thing fixed as well. This thing's, I don't know if that's working or not, the windscreen wiper. But anyway, I checked all in there, and all in there is good. They've obviously fixed that issue from the previous XF model era ones. There's no rust at all in the chamber there, so they've obviously coated them with whatever they did with tar and fixed up the leaks. You can see they changed the hole to down there, the leaky hole. So they've obviously fixed that up to something. I don't know how or whether that's it or not, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, stop dribbling. So yeah, I'll update again at some stage. I'm not sure when, but I'm going to put some time into this old girl over the next little while and try and get her going, cleaned up and ready to rock and roll. Cheers.